What's up, guys? It's your boy Zawoki back out with another movie review. And obviously, you guys can see from that image, not the one over here, because there's nothing there. But this image, I went to go see Fantastic Four. I wanted to see it when it was opening night, but unfortunately, I have to be a parent first and and so forth. So I finally got to see it. But before we go any further about the movie review, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel so you guys can see all things nerdy and more that's on channel Zawoki. And then make sure you guys subscribe, comment, like, and share. That's all you have to do. And with that being said, let's get into the video. Now, first off, I was very iffy about this movie because of how it looked. It looked more like the Jetsons meet Marvel kind of thing, and I was very hesitant on the time period or how they made this version of Fantastic Four. And the other ones that I've watched in the past, obviously Fantastic Four, the Fantastic Four Rise of Silver Surfer, and the other Fantastic Four, those I definitely did enjoy watching. This one, though, I think this is my favorite Fantastic Four. Um, this one actually doesn't have. Oh, if you guys haven't seen already, this is Galactus, not Doom. Galactus is in here, and we'll get to him in a very few minutes. But the characters in here I felt were chef's kiss. I know everybody has said that Pedro is in literally everything, but I felt that he fit. I felt that he was a good Mr. Fantastic. There was a couple times I felt that he was more emotional to where he wasn't like a leader. He was good as Mr. Fantastic, but not Reed Richards. Does that make sense? Um, Sue Storm, loved her, beautiful woman. I can't remember her name offhand, but I thought she was fantastic. I thought it was so much better to watch her as Sue Storm because it wasn't just invisibility that she could do. She could do all these different bendings and so forth. And I'm not going to get into what else that was happening with her powers, but I just felt this Sue Storm was portrayed better. Human Torch, loved him. I loved his quirkiness. I loved his like Johnny Storm attitude, where he was kind of like the big shot. He wanted to get all the ladies and ride the coolest bikes and so forth. And then the thing, I thought this thing was perfect. The way the Rock, I thought the beard was cool. I actually enjoyed that he had a beard on and so forth. And to cut it, he had to grind it down. But um, this is going to be a half no spoiler, and then the ending is going to be a spoiler warning, and I'll definitely let you know. But in the movie itself, it started pretty much hot and heavy right off the bat. Like we weren't like building the story of how they got their powers. Thank the Lord. I was like, please don't tell us how they got their powers. We know. We got a brief recap of how they got their powers, but we didn't go up in the spaceship. We didn't see the cosmic cloud. We didn't go through all that nonchalant crap that we didn't need to do. And that's what I was scared of. And when they showed how they got their powers instead of like, or how they explained they got their powers and so forth, I was like, oh, we're not gonna have to go through all of that and so forth. The woman that played Silver Surfer, I'm actually gonna bring up the cast here. So Vanessa Kirby, Sue Storm, beautiful woman, played Sue Storm perfectly. Pedro Pascal, he's in a lot of stuff, but I still think he played a good Mr. Fantastic. But Reed Richards was too emotional, I think. Joseph Quinn, Human Torch, did a fantastic job. Ralph, or where is it? Where is the thing? Okay, there he is. Ebon Moss played Ben Grimm, did a fantastic job. The woman that played Silver Surfer, aka Shala Ball, Julia Gardner, you did a fantastic job. I think that Silver Surfer was up there with Norrin Rad. I would prefer to have the male just because I grew up watching the comics and the movies and the Silver Surfer was male, but I don't think that Julia Gardner did anything wrong. It was still a beautiful done. I thought honestly this Silver Surfer was faster was more like mischievous. But I think she did a fantastic. I was very weary about this Silver Surfer, and I think she did a fantastic job. Now, when it comes to Galactus, oh boy, Ralph Inson, man, oh man, I was scared that they were gonna screw up Galactus. I was, I felt the chills of Galactus when the eyes went and they turned on from his normal eyes, and he just his overall, like, you felt the power of Galactus. I wish he was a little bit bigger. Obviously we've seen Galactus in a whole bunch of different sizes because of um comics and so forth. He's supposed to be a world eater. He eats worlds and to feed off of, to power himself and so forth. But Galactus in this movie was a chef's kiss. I think this Galactus was fantastically done. I didn't think it was overdone, underdone. I didn't think the CG looked like crap. I honestly, the CG in this movie, besides the baby, when the baby was literally like being held by the thing, you could tell it was CG. But like Galactus, it looked pretty significantly good and real. Um, we have a whole bunch of other characters in there as well throughout the movie, which they did fantastic. Herbie was super cute. Mole Man, or the mole, the underminers, or whatever they're called, the subterraneans and so forth that live underneath the ground and stuff. That was pretty interesting to see different villains and so forth. I did fall asleep, but it's because I'm still tired from Farrar. I fell asleep for like 5-10 minutes, but it was luckily during a point where it wasn't important. It was in the beginning, when they pretty much, yeah, you don't need to know that part. But overall, before we give the spoilers, out of a 10 scale, I would give this an 8. An 8 scale. The reason why is I felt there's a couple things that could have been changed. But again, what is my opinion compared to millions of other people that watch this that probably think it doesn't need to change or so forth? The Baxter building, I loved how it looked. The suits, it reminds me of the 80s. um, I just wish they were a little bit more bluer, but this soft blue is definitely something different, and it's definitely nice to see. But again, I'm just nitpicking, and I don't want to nitpick because I felt this movie was really good. It wasn't like Avengers Endgame, but again, you have to build up to the next videos or movies that are coming out. So, with that being said, with the 10 or the 8 out of 10, before I go to spoiler warning, you have been warned. So if you don't want to know the spoilers, I suggest you go away. 3, 2, and 1. Now, if you're here and you say, Zwolky, no spoilers, you were already warned. Now, we're not going to go to the post-credit scene quite yet. But oh my gosh, I got so excited at that post-credit scene. I wouldn't see the one at the end. I mean, you can, but it doesn't correlate. It doesn't do anything for the movie. It's just something that's added. But the one that's at the end is important. Now, Galactus was sent to the far reaches of the universe by a teleportation device that Reed Richards and the team of Fantastic Four had created, and they put these all over the world to try to get the world away from Galactus. But instead, Silver Surfer comes in, starts blowing up a lot of these teleportation devices, and then they're trying to figure out what they're going to do next to protect little baby Frankie, or Franklin, what it was. Instead, they were going to teleport Galactus. And I'm like, where does this sound familiar? Fortnite. Fortnite, or literally the rift that was in Fortnite, they pushed him through, and then he was gone to the far reaches of the world. So I kind of was like, did they get that from Fortnite? But they finally got Galactus into this teleportation device with Sue Storm bulking up on her powers and throwing him into there where Human Torch was about to kick his butt into there as well. But then Silver Surfer, the Shalla-Bal, came in and pushed in Galactus into where we do not see Galactus or Shalla-Bal, the Silver Surfer, anymore, and they have gone to the far reaches of the universe where they can never see Earth for millions and millions of years. Which, again, I thought it was very cinematic. It was very well done. Again, Galactus was, I felt very, like, that scary feel that you felt when you watched Thanos be built up throughout the years and so forth, and being the mad titan he is, and with the gauntlet, and you were kind of nervous and scared with that character. I felt that with Galactus. I felt that sudden scariness of this villain that was looking to conquer all the worlds, and he was there to get Franklin, the cosmic being he is, and so forth. But then Sue Storm unfortunately passes because of the powers that she was unleashing, and then little baby Franklin saves the day and brings back his mother, which hopefully nobody else finds out. But then let's get to the post-credit scene. Now, if you guys have not seen it, I suggest you don't watch it online until you watch it in theaters. But we have an ominous music. The Baxter building inside has changed from blue to a red carpet. And then we hear the ominous music, or this villainish music, or it's pronounced Doom. And we see Franklin, 4 years older, because this is 4 years later, talking or reaching up to a character, which is Doom, and Doom is holding his mask right here, and it's like Franklin knows who this person is, or he just, Franklin's got his hand up to Doom, which is played by Robert Downey Jr. I am so pumped to see Robert Downey Jr. play a villain. He did such an amazing job as playing as a hero. Now, playing a villain, I think Robert Downey Jr. is going to kill it. And I can't wait to see Avengers Doomsday, which the Fantastic Four will be back in that moment, because we saw a ship in Thunderbolts, but the rumor is that that ship that was there was not actually the Fantastic Four. I think it is, but I think they're coming to this world to let them know that Doom is coming, kind of like Thanos. But again, we can all speculate until we actually see the movie itself. So, I know my review has gone a little bit longer, but this movie was actually, I think, an A+, or I would say an A minus. There was just a couple things that I didn't agree with, but again, you can't please everybody. But overall, 8 out of 10, A minus. What is your guys' thoughts? Let me know your guys' opinions down below. Keep them spoiler free. I don't want anybody to find out about it if they don't want to know. But see if you agree with me or not. I can't wait to see the other movies that are coming out, which not a lot of movies are coming out anymore of Marvel. I think, what else is Marvel coming out with? Marvel's next movies? I don't think we got any thing after the Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four, Eyes of Wakanda, but that's an animated series that's going to be on Disney Plus. That comes out August 6th. Marvel Zombies animated series, okay, comes out in October. Wonder Man comes out December, which will be definitely interesting to see. It ties in with Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, or the director, I should say. Phase 6, which would be Spider-Man Brand New Day. I don't know when they said that was going to be coming out, if that was that's July 31st, 2026. And then, so that comes out before Doomsday, because Doomsday, I do believe, comes out in December. Yes. Doomsday comes out December 18th, 2026. And then The Punisher apparently coming out. Vision Quest will be coming out in 2026, and so forth. So nothing really Marvel related that's big. But again, let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share. We will see you guys in the next video. Please take care, be safe, and as always, keep nerding on, and we'll see you guys in the next video.